now began to come out to say that they are victims of UK work visa scam. Okay, so this is something that before now people were not coming out to talk about it because they were afraid of what their prospects in the UK would be if they came out to talk about it. However, I think people are now fed up. They're now beginning to speak out. They've actually gone to the news and things like that, and they're now beginning to say that yes, they have been victims of UK work visa scam. And this just means that something is definitely going to happen with the UK work visa, especially the UK care worker visa. And I know that a lot of people have been speculating about the care worker visa coming to an end, whether it's possible, whether it's going to come to an end or not. However, with this latest news, there's every possibility that it is going to come to an end. It might come to an end, or some other restrictions may be applied to the UK care worker visa. But we're going to go into all that as we go on in the video. Okay, but before I go on, my name is Tari, and on this channel we talk about UK visas and immigration. We talk about life in the UK, how to safely and successfully travel to the UK, and how to navigate through life as an immigrant living in the UK. If this sounds like something you're interested in, then please subscribe, turn on your bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my videos going forward. And subscription is free, just in case you don't know. But thank you so much for stopping by. And to my returning subscribers, thank you all so much. You are amazing. Thank you all so much. So there was a news recently on Sky News. Okay, and Sky News is one of the most reliable news sources in the UK and even in different parts of the world as well. Okay, and they brought out this news about a UK work visa scam. And in this video, they spoke to a number of people. I'm going to put a brief clip of the video for you to have a look. So they spoke to a few people about their work visas, and what happened is a lot of these people, especially from Nigeria, not just Nigeria, but from Asia as well, and West Africa, but I'm talking about Nigeria because I am from Nigeria. Okay, so a lot of people have come to the UK in the guise of work visa. Majority of them are on carers visa, and they've come to the UK only to arrive in the UK and find out that there's actually no job for them. So yes, they've got the visa, okay, they've come to the UK, but there's no job when they come to the UK. And we all know that living in the UK is expensive, extremely expensive. If you want to survive in the UK, you must have a source of income. Okay, but these people have come to the UK on this care worker visa, skilled worker visa, but they do not have any job to go to, and therefore they're not able to pay their bills. Okay, so they spoke to a number of people, I think about 3 or 4 people. Among these people were a man and also a woman that actually run a charity for food bank for the Nigerian community. And what they said is that among the 35 to 40 people that they see every week, 15 of them are on care worker visa. Okay, so this is appalling. People have come to the UK thinking that they're going to start a new life. However, they have come to the UK and they are now having to rely on food bank for their meals. Okay, so we don't know where they are living, and there's a particular lady that they also spoke with. She was actually sleeping on the bus. Okay, and the fact is they are not able to go back to their countries because a lot of them have sold their properties. They've sold so many things that they have. Some of them were even doing well in their country, in places like Nigeria, before they come to the UK. And now they've come to the UK, they can't even afford a meal for themselves. Some of them have come with their families, so they're actually struggling. There's nowhere for them to go to. They can't have jobs, they don't have homes, and they can't go back to their country because there's nothing there for them. They've told everyone that they're traveling, relocating to the UK, sold their properties, therefore they have nothing to return to. Some of the people that were spoken to actually said that a lot of these people come to the UK, they think they're coming to the UK to have a better life. They come to the UK with the expectation that life is going to be better and things are going to be rosy. However, when they come, they find out that things are not actually the way they are. A lot of these people that have come on this work visa have actually paid some agents up to £10,000 or more just for them to be able to get these visas, and thinking that they're going to come to the UK, get a job and get a better life. Some have paid more, some have paid up to 15,000, and I know I heard stories at the time that people were paying up to 2,000, and then it went up to 5 and then 10, and now people are paying up to 13 or 15,000 just to get a visa. Unfortunately, they come to the UK and then it feels like that money has been wasted because there's no job, there's no better life for them, there's no guarantee for their future. Okay, and this is why they are now actually speaking out.
This woman, who we're calling Blessing, hasn't been given any shifts by the company which sponsored her since she arrived 3 months ago.
I've always provided for myself. I'm a very hardworking, diligent person. So for me to be here, depending on people to eat, coming to the food bank to get food, isn't quite okay with me. It makes me feel I'm less of a person, a human. I should be in the position of helping, not the receiving end.
We're calling this couple Joyce and Alan. They say they also paid an agent in Nigeria £10,000 to arrange employment for Joyce as a carer.
I've been cheated. It has not been easy. I have to sell my car, sell my property, got a loan, took a lot of risk.
I am shocked because this has never happened in the UK before. So we are so surprised to see this happening. For UK government, and a lot of them sold their houses in Africa, sold their cars, sold their things.
Because they thought they were going to start a new life.
And they thought they are starting a new life here. Getting here, they got stopped. It's so, I'm sorry, it's so depressing.
Some of them were told before they arrived that you will have no jobs, you're only arriving here, and they do pay a lot of money. And
So it's a way to get to the UK?
Just to get to the UK. It does shock me and it is frustrating.
Who are you frustrated with?
We're not only frustrated with the people that are coming in knowingly, we're also frustrated with the government for creating this mess in the first.
As you can see from that short video there, it doesn't just apply to people from the Nigerian community or the African community, it also applies to people from the Asian community. And the sad thing is that when these people come to the UK on a work, say for instance a carer visa, they cannot work in any other industry. Nobody else would employ them because if they do, they would receive a fine. However, Sky News has spoken to the UK Home Office, and the UK Home Office spokesperson has actually given a statement which I'm going to read to you from my phone. Okay, so it says the UK Home Office spokesperson said abuse of our immigration system will not be tolerated, and we have robust measures in place to ensure compliance. So what they're saying is that they actually have measures in place to ensure that the employers and the employees and everyone is compliant with the rules. Okay, we will always take decisive action if employers break the rules, including by revoking sponsor licenses when necessary. But I think with this news, more might actually be put in place. And I know that recently, I think a few months ago, there was a group of people that were fighting somewhere in the UK. I don't know what city it was, whether in Manchester or Leeds or ever, but a group of people were fighting with an employer because they've brought them to the UK and they didn't give them any job. And when they got to the UK, the employer, the so-called employer, actually blocked their numbers so they could not get access to them. This video actually went viral, and it was the beginning of the exposure of this scam, of everything that has been happening. Now the UK Home Office has said that it has measures in place to ensure compliance. In my head, I'm thinking, what else are they going to do about this thing that has been exposed? Okay, so one of the things that we could be thinking of could be that they stop this UK care worker visa altogether. So that's an option. But I want you to put your comments in the comment section. Just tell me what you think would happen now that this thing has been exposed. The UK Home Office is aware. It's now all over the news. It's on the internet. Everyone is talking about it. What do you think is going to happen? Leave your comments below so we can have a conversation about it. Another thing I think might happen is that they might put a cap on the number of work visas that are being issued every single year. So that's also a possibility. The third option is that they will put a higher restriction on the employers that are actually giving out these sponsor visas. And you've heard the Home Office spokesperson saying that they could revoke employers sponsor. We know that the UK is actually struggling with the migration crisis at the moment, and they are putting a lot of measures in place to ensure that they curb immigration as much as they can. So this might just be an opportunity for them to cut down on this migration by reducing the number of workers they bring to the UK, by removing care worker visa. That's an option. By putting a cap on the care worker visas. Okay, so there are many things that they can do, but like I said, I want your opinion, so put it in the comment section. My advice to you as a person, if you are wanting to come to the UK on a skilled worker visa, make sure that it is genuine, make sure that you ask questions, make sure you do your due diligence, get all the information you want, do your application, and then come to the UK. Make sure there's a job waiting for you when you arrive, and also accommodation as well, because the last thing you want to do is to come to the UK and start sleeping on the streets or on a bus like that lady we talked about. Okay, but like I said, if you want to come, do your diligence, make sure it's genuine before you pack your things, before you sell your things and come to the UK. Okay, but thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful. If it has helped you, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and of course subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. If you have any questions, any video suggestions, leave them in the comment sections and I'll do my best to answer them for you and make videos on them if I can. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video.